Hello friends, it is a beautiful snowy day in Toronto right now. Hopefully y'all are staying warm and enjoying it so far, but I'm gonna go on a little adventure. We're gonna see where we end up and hopefully share with you some of my favorite parts about Toronto along the way. So, let us begin. Hi Juanita, good to see you this morning, / afternoon depending where you are. It is very cold, but sometimes it's just what you need. Hey Medano, good to see you buddy. Welcome on the snowy eve. Whew. Hopefully y'all are having a day where you are keeping warm, because I cannot say the same. So some areas I was thinking we could go to today. I was thinking hitting St. Jamestown and then essentially roping up towards Castle Frank, because I really enjoyed exploring that the other day. Or the alternative is we go south, explore some of the area between Cabbagetown and Moss Park, but also, not racing south. To put it lightly, it's not my favorite area of the city. The other option was just hitting Queen Street and then going west and essentially trying to hit up some of the areas that are overlooked. But I don't know, we'll see. Hello, Alicia. Good to see you this morning / afternoon. I forget what time it is because this is the start of my day. This is the start of my professional day. I have been up for at least an hour. I just want to clarify that. You know that feeling when you go outside for like 5 minutes and your mustache already is frozen? Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be one of those days. Gonna be sniveling a lot, I think. That's fine. I also have like one spot on my side, just under my ribs, that's itchy. That's just always mean. Oh, we got some balls over there. I will say they threw up two light ornaments and a front. Yeah, that's a one ball. Maybe a two ball if they didn't have the blow up frosty, but such is the case. I do always like to point out this house over here. Not for any particular reason, but I just think it's funny Like, not so much right now because it's dirty, but like in the summer, it's just like super red and super yellow beside each other. And it just always looks like ketchup and mustard. Literally always looks like ketchup and mustard. Hi, Jazz. Good to see you today. Thank you for stopping by. We're on our way south. Hands are already kind of frozen. That's okay. Oh, I do want to stop by the windows because I've heard that they've actually done them up now outside of where the bay used to be. But I think it's going to be exciting. I heard that they actually have like something there now. Apparently it's all been done by Mars Corporation, so it's all chocolate themed. And just like, well, that's okay. We can suffer for a chocolate or two. I think we've all done that at least once. So yeah, that'll be destination number 1. And then from there, we can decide on destination number 2, or 3, or 4, or wherever we end up. However many there are going to be, that's how many we will do. For those who don't know, in winter, your skin will dry out like crazy. So for me, I have to actually put face cream on in the morning, and then when I come back, I take a shower. And then once I do that, I have to put face cream on again, just so my face doesn't dry out and crack. You know. Black don't crack, but white sure do. Hi, Sam. Good to see you this morning. I guess for you it's the afternoon? Hello, Dave. I don't know if you're new here, but just in case, welcome. Good to have you. Thanks for joining the chat. Adina, photo and framing. My excellent daughter was named Adina. She was very nice. The one over on Palmerston. 6 p.m. in the UK. Ah, so you're just joining us for dinner. Good old din-dins. Oh, well, we love new people here. Thanks for joining us. Hopefully you're warm. Because I am not. Mwahaha. This is the choice I made. This is the career I chose this. I am still choosing this. That's the hilarious thing. Hello, Alexa. Hello, Austin. Thank you for joining us today. We're gonna come on down through Allen Gardens because it's rather beautiful. Actually, it's funny even at this time of year because everything's just... Normally we have to wait until January to get this kind of snow, and the fact that we're getting it all in December, this is like, it's really unusual. It does also mean that it's probably going to be a very long snowy winter, which I'm just like, no, please not that. In which case you might be getting some live streams from, I don't know, wherever I can go to that's cheap. Cuba even. Cuba maybe. Heating up sausages and onion gravy with mashed potatoes for tea. Oh, that sounds delicious. And you know what else that sounds like? Warm. It sounds really warm. I'll say, it's not like super cold out today. It's actually warmer than it's been the past couple days. But my one hand is already frozen because of just... I don't know why. I guess it's because I have the finger open, but still. If I didn't have the finger open, I wouldn't be able to control the screen. Which is half of the problem. Oh. I was having the thought the other day, I'm just like, what is it that keeps people coming? Like, I keep doing this. And what is it, like, there's like 30 some people watching right now already, which is amazing. Thank you for being here. But I'm always just like, I gotta be doing something because people keep coming back. You know? I like that. See, I can't tell Alexa to play holiday music because otherwise it'll set off people's Alexas and then start playing holiday music. So whenever you're on the chat, I have to be careful, because I would hate if someone accidentally had someone start playing holiday music simply because I said, Alexa plays holiday music. Oh, Kevin's here. Welcome, Kevin. Good to see you, buddy. I think that's a good question. If you could see me go anywhere that would be warm and we could do warm walks for a couple days, where would it be? That is the question. I changed the default command name for that reason. Which reason? So that I don't say, Alexa, play holiday music, and then bad things happen? See, I'm not specifying what holiday. I could always play that and it suddenly starts playing Monster Mash. Okay, I'll stop. I'll stop being a jerk. But it's so funny. Gosh, I feel bad for... There is a singer named Alexa, and she competed in America's Song Contest. She came number 1. Like, she actually technically won the whole thing. But now she's competing this year in Sweden's Melodifestivalen. And I feel bad because it's also the year, like, everyone's boycotting and protesting. But just like, oh no, imagine getting your big break through, like, a Eurovision affiliate twice. And one time just having it be completely irrelevant. And the other time is the year where, like, everyone's boycotting over Israel. Ugh. Poor Alexa can't get a break. Is it you? Are you that Alexa singer? You might be. Everyone a part of our history. This is what affectionately is known as Hooker Harveys. What do you think of the emojis on Discord? I love them. I love the fact that people can pick up on my idiosyncrasies before I'm aware of them. I think that's really funny.
Like, that's all.
Harvey's, welcome. So this Harvey's used to be renowned for where people would come to solicit activities, I guess, is the way I should do it. I was actually in Canadian Idol 2008, believe it or not, in Halifax. I made it to the celebrity audition. It was brutal. Fun fact, I was also in Canadian Idol, but I was in 2007? I was the same year they had, or the year after they had Rex Gowdy and Melissa O'Neill, I think her name was. But yeah, I auditioned for that year with my sister. She made it further than I did, but I did Fly Me to the Moon. And the one person was just like, maybe, maybe not. I just didn't quite have enough charisma at that point. But if they knew it now, I'd be like, ha, it's because I wasn't talented enough. In your face. You know what, Alexa? One day we shall do a duet. You pick the song. Actually, that'd be fun. You could, like, record half of it from home, and then I'll record half of it here, and then I'll put it together in a mixer. That could be fun. Unless we're both terrible, in which case that's fun for nobody. But also, that would be a lot of fun. I mean, the obvious choice is Baby, It's Cold Outside. To be fair, that song is super easy for the man to sing, because 90% of your lyrics are, but baby, it's cold outside. Like literally, most of your lines are that. The woman has many more lines. That's also a case of where modern context changes the intonation of a song way after the fact. Because there's the line in the song where the woman's just like, hey, what's in this drink? And that used to be a wink, wink, nudge, nudge that a woman used to be able to do. To kind of be like, I want to stay, but I can't, but maybe there's something in my drink that prevents me. And now after like Bill Cosby and all of that, I'm just like, well, that has a different meaning now. But the original playful intonation, I think, is still there in the song. You can pretty much sing anything. We'll make a whole Christmas album. It'll be great. Actually, maybe I'll do that with my sister. Maybe I'll get her to... Maybe I'll sit her down when I'm home and we'll do a song or two together that we can put up on here for you. It's not a tour. It's not a Ronno. It's just me and my sister doing some songs. If one hasn't got pockets to put their hands in to keep warm, can they use someone else's pockets for the same reason? I guess it depends which pocket and the person and if they have clothing on, because that would also make a difference. Like, you don't want someone to have like one of those stupid Apple artificial outside pockets. That would be weird, because then you'd think that people were stealing their phone. God, what a stupid product that was. Is Apple dead? Because I'm just like, it kind of seems like Apple's just dead at this point. But mind you, there's no real innovation coming out of smartphones right now. I don't know. And so much of the world is designed for this style of smartphone now, that to change it is going to require a lot of effort. Ugh. Fun fact, 2 famous singers tried to rewrite Baby It's Cold Outside to be less rapey in their words. See, that's what I mean, is like, the idea of it is still there, and like, the line I think is kind of cheeky fun, but I can very much understand how someone would take it in a very different direction. And if you don't know the context behind it, especially like doubly so. But, you know, less rapey is always a good thing, I think. When given the option, I will always prefer something to be less rapey. I should probably be careful saying that. Because I don't know what YouTube flags and doesn't flag. Apple keeps taking a bite out of their products before they sell them to the public. Yeah, do you know how much money they could save if they didn't just eat the whole thing all the time? Here's the thing. Futurama did an Apple parody the last time they were brought back. And that would have been in like 2012, 2013. Who knows? Who knows? Have you got a smartwatch? I do not have a smartwatch. I gotta be honest, Sam. For the past couple of years, like, money has been a huge struggle for me. And I haven't really been able to get anything superfluous. And one of the things it's brought me to realize is that, like, I need very, very little to get by. My biggest expenses are food, and that's kind of it. Like, maybe toiletries as well. But I'm just like, I don't make superfluous purchases anymore. Like, I might get myself a game every now and then, but even that is increasingly rare. But yeah, like, money's tough. Money's been a struggle. So like, anything that's been even remotely a superfluous product, I haven't done, or I haven't had any interest in getting. That's just me though. I know a lot of people obviously have a lot of joy tied up to their products, and some things will make their life easier in the long run. And to those people, I'm just like, that's great. But for me, it's definitely not something that I've been able to do. One day, would I like a smartwatch? Sure. But I'm also just like, it doesn't do me much good in the winter, because the entire time I'm going to be walking outside with a jacket on. one of those things I'm just like, this would be nice, but is it something I need right now? Probably not for this foreseeable future. I mean, imagine that. A millennial talking about their money struggles living in Toronto. How original. We're getting there though, folks. We're getting there. We're doing stuff. We're making it happen. Hopefully the entire world doesn't fall apart in the next couple months. Watch, I'll hit 1,000 subscribers and then everything in society will fall apart. To be fair, that would actually be very indicative of my luck. Let's see what this whole AI bubble does. I want Apple to bring back the iPod. The iPod was actually a great product. And that was so revolutionary. Like literally, iPod brought about the MP3 revolution. It brought about being able to buy songs by like the individual instead of just as an album, which to be fair has done both great benefit and great harm. But, you know, differences. Although I do enjoy when an artist still... Oh, Avatar's back. God, does anyone care? I'm really wondering if anyone still cares about the Avatar franchise. I didn't think anyone cared about the last Avatar movie.
I know what I experienced.
I just remember having a little bit too much of a substance while I was in the theater. And that one scene where they were underwater was amazing. And everything else, I'm just like, who cares? No. Yeah, I'm just like, is this the first James Cameron movie that's going to underperform? Could be, although we said that about the last time. Have faith. I appreciate that, Dave. Thank you very much. As I said, we are a small community, but a mighty one. And we just have to learn how to love and support each other. And we all grow together in a major way. So, that is what we will do from here on out. I hear Wonky Care, Polivair is causing a stir. Oh, who cares about Polivair anymore? What is this guy doing? I didn't see it at all. I did like the original though.
Well, the other guy would have just showed up and picked the lock.
Also, welcome to Dundas Square. Or as I was watching, Johnny Strides did a video earlier today about all the things that are changing their names downtown, and his blatant fury about Sankofa Square. And I'm just like, kind of agree with him, but I'm just like, I still hold true to the fact that like they should have renamed it Gord Downey Square. I think it's such a better name. It's such a. And that gentleman who just passed by us, he's a regular. And every time you walk by him, he'll be like, "Sir, can you spare $1?" And just the way he says "sir" is so like voluminous, like heavy volume. I'm just like, oh, hi, whoa, he actually has a great voice, all things considered. But I'm just like, yeah. I didn't see it at all. I did like the original though. Yeah. I mean, it's also like the first movie was revolutionary in many ways. The second movie was fine, I guess. I literally missed the first half hour of the movie. And I'm pretty sure I didn't miss a single thing. So, take that for what you will. Hi, Timmy. I just wrote a member of Parliament a nasty letter. Yeah, you go for it. Tell us about your civil unrest. We love to hear it here. I love when people take a stand. Like, I am one of those people who believes in the power of going into your local parliamentary officers person and being like, yo, y'all screwed up. Here's why. Or here's what you're doing. Here's why I disagree with it. Although in the past it's literally been like, hi, you're homophobic and I'm a homo. Nice to meet you. I'm going to make you very uncomfortable and confront your own biases. Here's my thing. One of the biggest things that make people so like scared about homosexuality is literally because just like, oh, I don't like to picture two men having sex. But I'm just like, you know that that's not all they do, right? Like, many asexual couplings don't have sex at all. Do you hate them? Or are you just uncomfortable because there's something different or that there's other ways of life? That's what I'm thinking. All right, what's Timmy saying? The feds are shutting down a bunch of funding programs to help poor people make their houses more efficient, despite it being literally part of their... I mean, screw them. Maybe you should get it. Maybe we should all write a letter to your parliament person, because that would be better. That's... ugh. I hate it when this is a part of their platform and they go back on it. That's what Trudeau did with the whole proportional representation. Because I was so involved and I was so aggressively like, yes, this is what our country desperately needs. And then they went back on it. And I'm just like, that is the stupidest thing they could have done. And that's when I lost all respect for Trudeau. I'm not quite like those F Trudeau people, but like, yeah, that definitely boiled me up a little bit. Hello, Woodstock. Thank you for coming here. Welcome to B. Canada and UK are attractive to smart Americans. They're looking at history and lifestyles in our countries before deciding to move. Well, most of them can read. So, like, that's a huge difference from a lot of other people. I know some people's minds are so shallow. Well, most people don't realize, like, the worlds that exist outside of your own narrative are so vast and massive that if our brains could, like, comprehend a fraction of what was in other people's lives, we would all be better people. You know, that whole thing. And just like, not every relationship has to come down to one specific thing. Vada Vega, I agree with that. So thank you very much. I think that it's good to have you. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to be talking a lot about politics this episode, aren't we? That's fine. Okay. Cute puppers. Apparently affordable living is a hoax, according to the Mango Moose Knuckle. Affordable living, well, here's the thing. He has never had to worry about finances or anything a day in his life. And I hope if reincarnation is real, here's my thing. I'm just like, if reincarnation is real, would I not want to make sure that the world is as perfect as it could be so that when I come back, I don't have to face the whims of stupid people? Like, if I come back, I will be the victim of the things that I've perpetrated. So why would I want to go out and like make things worse? And even if not, why wouldn't I want to make the world a better place so that at the very least, I could get the credit? I want to be the person who saved the world. I think that'd be great. Who wouldn't want that? Yes, and Atlantic, Tui says, Atlantic provinces have the highest rate of energy poverty in this country, so I was like, you must oppose the cuts. Fair enough. Oh. Hello from Argentina, Andrea. Andrea? Oh, either way, welcome to the chat. Wonderful to have you. We're in the middle of talking about very divisive politics, apparently. We are also walking through beautiful Yonge Street. Yonge Street is probably one of my favorite streets in the city. It is also the longest road in the world. And I came here deliberately because I really wanted to see the windows. Hudson's Bay, when they went out of business, they were the ones who ran this building. They were the oldest company in the world. And one of their Christmas tradition was they would always put stuff up in the windows over here. And they were beautiful windows. And, okay, pirate. Andrea, he is a pirate. 90. Okay. Am I a pirate? I'm not opposed to that. If I was a pirate, though, I could be doing so much more pillaging. But anyways, just stop by to say hi. I have lots of work to do. Well, it's wonderful to see you, my darling. Thank you for stopping by. And we're going to go check out these windows because after much blowback from them closing and not being able to do the windows, apparently Mars, the candy company, stepped in and did the windows this year. So I'm just like, oh, that's actually like a really nice little Christmas surprise treat. So let's go check it out, see what they did. The wonders of Mars. I prefer the face of Mars myself, but I don't know if that actually exists or not. All right, let's see what they say here. In a land far, far away, the Mars elves are hard at work crafting treats that bring memories of having his families across Canada. From chocolatey confections to colorful candies, every creation is made with care, joy, and a little sprinkle of holiday magic, ready to bring a moment of happiness to someone somewhere, just when you need it most. And just as the Mars elves spread cheer, you can too. This season, help bring more moments of happiness to families and pets in need by joining us in our donation to Food Banks Canada. That's lovely. That's wonderful. But I actually approve of that, by having them. Don't get me wrong. Ooh, those do look like classic Christmas cookies with the elves. Oh, that's cute. This should be like, here's the thing. We've seen some of the ones that they've done up on Bloor Street. So this should be like the pinnacle of the best parts of it. Okay, look in here. What can we learn about human who know? Let's see. Yeah, fair enough. Oh, they have the M&Ms. The holiday blend M&Ms, the ones that taste like mint, those are my favorite. These are adorable, by the way. Gotta love the panel in the background. The elf stuck in the tube. I mean, this one on top very, very much reminds me of like the Grinchian, you know. And then we got the Dag. I can't boop the snoot because he's behind glass, but that's probably for the best. Oh, look, they have them going up and down. That's cute. Little snowball fight. You can tell this was like a little bit last minute because I feel like those should have been moving. You may want to check out Klaus Kellerman. He is a very intelligent legend and a Canadian. I definitely will. Hard to believe just 10 days of Christmas and New Year of 2026. By the way, we are not. Oh, that's cute. So they have like digital fish on the bottom, and then they're fishing with candy canes. These are cute. Ooh, Skittles. This is the Skittles one. Like, this is something that my mom used to do. So my mom apparently used to come here with my grandmother, and they would actually like get to see all of the pieces back here. All the different kinds of Skittles. Gotta love interactive, abstract art generates ideas in the most positive way so we can create something new ourselves. I mean, AI art is contentious for most artists, for good reason. But, yeah. I think that it could serve a great purpose, and I don't feel like it's being used to do that quite yet. They have the video in the back with the chocolate bars, and then coming down from here. I'm glad they did something with these windows. I know it's a small thing, but I'm just like, this genuinely matters a lot to a lot of people, so it is cool to see them do it up. What's the last one? I guess this is just them delivering the trees. Those are cute. I made cookies at 6 a.m. today. You are an insane person, Timmy. Why would you do that to yourself? Oh, it's Hubba Bubba. So this one's the Hubba Bubba hit. Which you wouldn't be able to tell unless you looked down and actually saw the Hubba Bubba. So is oh, I guess those are also technically reading Hubba Bubba on them, but it's harder to tell. AIA is just being used in its infancy right now. Oh, AI. It's wonderful to see how this affects the art world to go. You can't generate an AI program to do real-time shows in theaters like Broadway, though. Yep, very true. This is why I'm just like, I'm happy that the industries I'm a part of are technically like fairly reasonably AI proof. One of which is doing on-foot tours. Here, they can easily do videos like I do, which isn't unheard of, right? People could be watching random streamers pretend to walk around. It's just an AI stream. But like when I get on stage, it is very hard for anyone else to do a show that I've written and made for myself on stage. And that's hard work, that's effort, that's time, that's energy, it's everything. And just being able to do it every day, forever. Like, that's a dream, to be fair. But like, no one else can do that. No one else can do theater. Theater is AI proof. And if it ever isn't AI proof, I fear what that looks like, because then that just becomes a movie, you know? Best things about AI is we're going to have to try awfully hard to sell brands when they use it. It'd be interesting to see just how far they can go to convince the public to buy a brand of something. Well, to be fair, the fact that consumerism still exists to such an extent where like that Starbucks bear controversy and like Labubus and all the other consumer buy trends, I'm just like, how do people want this still? You know? I just don't get it. I don't understand. It's not my world. I don't understand it. I guess I'm just a Luddite. At this point, I'm so far behind consumerism, I just can't keep up. Stage respect. Thank you, Woodstock. Theater is probably one of the hardest things to do these days, because not only do you have to convince people to get out and like, the thing about theater is that you're going to see strangers tell stories at you that may or may not be their own, but it is something that only can be experienced when both the actors and the audience decide upon the time to show up and let them be entertained by a specific story. And in today's day and age, there is this, it's called the swell of choice, the analysis paralysis of it all, where I couldn't tell you the last TV show I got into, because everything there is so fractured. And I'm just like, even the new season of Stranger Things, I haven't really gotten into. I haven't even watched any of the episodes yet, because I'm just like, I don't care anymore. Like, it's kind of been ruined for me, where I'm just like, if there's something on stage, I'm just like, it's a specific story that someone is passionate about to the point where they decide to put it on stage. And even if it's just actors who are passionate about their ability to live, I'm just like, you know what? Still valid. I follow, but I not stage see you, but shy. Fair. Not quite sure what you meant by that, but just saw the last episode of the Pennywise the Clown show. I've heard nothing about it. I heard nothing about Alien Earth. Certainly nothing good. I heard nothing about like any of these shows that should be catching my attention. I think I'm just franchised out. I'm just like, I don't want to watch anything that's a continuation. I want to watch new things. But I want to watch new things that are creative and interesting and made with passion. Maybe that's asking too much these days. Oh. Another thing, outdoor festivals and events can never be interrupted by AI. You will always have them, and people want them. You'll come out to see them, experience them. I absolutely agree, Carl. 1,000,000%. Also, hello. I don't think I've actually given you the formal hello welcome yet. But thank you for coming by today. Shy by humans do, Ghost. There are many shy humans. But here's the thing. Shy humans are just as important as everyone else, because often they're the ones who see things that the boisterous people who are out there don't. So even if you're shy, never be afraid to be yourself and be present and to go out and see things. I thought Pencilwise Welcome to Digby was pretty good. Okay. I'll be honest, I'm not going to watch it. But are there theaters in the area? There are some theaters, actually. We are coming up to what's known as the entertainment district. So if I was to go south and then over 2 streets or so, you would come to the Princess of Wales Theatre. There's also the Queen Alexandria Theatre. Older Mervish theaters, but this is where we have like a lot of the big Broadway shows. And a lot of the big Broadway touring companies, when they tour to Toronto, those are the theaters that they'll go to. So like Mrs. Doubtfire, the musical's coming there. Lots of options. Watch Hook, it's an eye-catching movie. Thank you, Sam. Learn sheep. Okay. Carl says, homegrown field of film will never be touched by AI as well. When they bring it on television, it's like a whole different story. Like I said, people want to come out and see it real, and then fair. Then it ends. Okay. Well, I mean, in that respect, we are actually coming up to the TIFF building as well. And the TIFF building is interesting because it does house the Toronto International Film Festival, which is where you'd find a lot of more unique stuff that a lot of the celebrities will like kind of create and send out as passion projects. But I don't know. One day maybe I'll get back into making movies, but no time soon. My last movie I made was awful. And am I embarrassed by it? Let's be honest, a little bit. But, you know. Also, when I was making movies, I did not understand how my brain worked and what was making it so hard for me to work with the team. And now I do. So I feel like if I was to make something now, it would inevitably be much, much better. So let's see where it goes from there. Hey! Alexa joined Walkstar's membership. Thank you so much. I need to be honest, I haven't quite figured out what I'm doing with that yet, but I will absolutely be having more in my exclusive parties and making sure that it is worth it for people to have. That was a handsome Viking. Oh, thank you, Marcus. I'm glad you noticed. I love this piece of art. This artist is so distinct where they make these pieces that are like elongated and all in white, but still super visible. And just like, oh my God, that is happiness for you either way. Alexa, that's so sweet. Thank you so much. I really appreciate having you around. And now that we're gonna do a duet together sometime, maybe that's what we'll post up there. Maybe it'll just be full of like me singing and doing random silly things. Hello, sir. Hello. See, my part's easy. I just would be, baby, it's cold outside. Baby, it's cold outside. This evening has been so nice. I'll take your hand, it's just like ice. I'm not warmed up, but you get the idea. I am trying to think of like other Christmas songs that would be good to like do a karaoke of some kind to. Thank you, Marcus. We appreciate that. Wow, good. Not like I'm mocking her or anything. Perhaps do merchandise to give membership members a little discount for being members. Just an idea. If I released a book a month, like if I did my book a month challenge, and I released them for free to anyone who is a member, that's an option. But the other thing I could do is I could always do when I do my body painting marathon in January. For those who don't know, every January I do a body painting marathon where I paint myself every day for as many days as I raise $100 for. The funds are going towards my Fringe Festival tour, of which I have 2 options semi-confirmed, I hope, but we'll see. When I relocate, maybe we'll hit up karaoke night if you're down. I would love that. Actually, when you relocate, we should go for a walk together. And we can just do like singing across around the street. I think that'd be wonderful. It's a very busy area in the city. Normally it's busier. So this area here, right now, because it's cold, because it's snowy, you'll see there's not a ton of people out and about, but this is kind of the area where you get more people out and about, and essentially a lot of businesses around here. So this is where a lot of people go to work. 707C neighbor. Walk that walk, talk that talk. What's the temperature? Funny enough, I think we're coming right up to a temperature sign here. So it's 139 right now. It's negative 5 degrees Celsius. You asked that question at the perfect time, Patrick. Look at you, you smart cookie. You could initially do ebooks as the online option to real books. Oh, absolutely. And I intend to. So. Oh, come on. Negative 5 isn't that bad. I mean, to be fair, it's not great. But it's not that bad. It could easily be worse. I am wearing a long sleeve shirt and a sweater and a jacket. And it's my winter jacket. So I'm just like, I'm fine. It's my hands. My hands are the things that drive me nuts. My nickname is Kexit, which means cookie in Swedish. It's because you're just so darn sweet, Marcus. I want 30 degrees. I mean, that would be nice. You know what? I'd even settle for like a +5. Because then I can wear my cool TOURONNO jacket. I like this winter jacket. But the winter jacket is like, it's not the cool jacket. I want the cool jacket. Depends on wind chill though. Very true. The best thing about being shy is that we are thinkers. Thinking types usually make good things happen. I agree. I need more thinking in my life. I am often a little bit too sporadic for my own good. So I need more thinking types in my life who are shy, who are like methodical and are just like, don't do that yet, make a plan. And I'll be like, but go. And they'll be like, no, plan. And I'll be like, but go. And they'll be like, shut up, Matti, plan. And then I'll be like, fine. And then it'll be good, because that's just what happens. Oh, it's doing the thing. Let's see. So my cord was giving me trouble again. So I'm gonna try my tip. See if I can't one. Yeah, come on, no. Mother, brother. All right, there we go. There we go. Whew. Okay. Are you standing here? My colleague greeted me like this morning. Hi, Cookie. Are you standing here crumbling? There. Angry. Okay. It's because I have a cord, and when I plug the cord in, sometimes the cord pushes the microphone cable out, and so because it does that, it makes it really hard for me to have both this going. I'm not usually an angry person. I'm pretty sure. I am pretty sure I'm not. Should I drink 1 liter of apple juice? I like how I mean, go for it. You're a grown ass person. You do it. You live your best life. Make it exciting. But see, I just like how the way the chat works is it just says, should I drink 1 liter of apple juice? And then Marcus literally replies, but that's a silly pickup line. And just like, I would date someone who came up to me at the bar and was just like, should I drink 1 liter of apple juice? I'd be like, you know what? Let's see where this goes. I'm curious. The pickup line was about my cookie thingy. I know. But I can never see you falling apart, baby. Not on your life. Apple juice date would follow. You know what? There's got to be some kind of apple joke there. Normally I'm really quick with the jokes, but I knows you knows. There has to be an apple joke about dates, but all I keep thinking about is like other fruits. So just like, nah, it sounds like the pits. I'm just like, no, it's like an apricot. The other thing I could be like, oh, hardcore, and just like, no, that's stupid. Do you have any good pickup lines asking for a friend? No? I'm just kind of myself around people, and that seems to work. Drink a carton of juice, pee a bucket full later. Yeah, that's a Sam comment. Like when I come to Toronto to find my babe, how can I impress them? Well, I mean, all you have to do is talk to me about Eurovision, and then usually you get me going. So, there's the key. Are we getting hitched? Was I not aware? It's okay, we can. Oh, it's just such a beautiful view of the tower. I just wanted to get that in. I'm shy. You know what? Me too. I am also shy. Let's pretend that's a reality for a second. We were talking about our love story to our children's children. We can tell them all about the time we met online when you started talking about Eurovision, and I started talking about Eurovision, and that was it. Is there an earthquake? No, that's just the cord pushing the thing out again. Funny enough, I was actually listening to Netherlands song from 2023 2 nights ago. I forgot how good it was. Not the live version. The live version wasn't great, but I'm just like, I don't believe. Same old cycle. Sorry, I'm just human. I'm living myself. I'm bringing high. I'm burning daylight. Such a good song. Such a good song. I was pissed off that didn't make it in, but what's typical Canadian food? The big one's poutine. It is French fries, gravy, and cheese curds. So that's a good one. What else is there? We have Nanaimo bars, which are very sweet. That song was burned to death in the Dutch media. Well, I still like it, because it probably wasn't burned to death for me. I'm watching videos about the new Tesla flying cars. Oh my god, that's going to change everything. Yeah, because everything's going to crash. It's Tesla. Do we trust them? Donair is popular here. Yes, Donair is super popular. For sure. Toronto's more known as like an amalgamation of food places rather than anything that's like its own specific food, if that makes sense. So, by the way, everybody, we're at like 60 people watching, and that's kind of become like an average lately. So thank you so much for tuning in. I love spending time with you guys, and I feel like every day I'm doing this, we're getting more. So let's keep it up. I really appreciate it. You are slowly helping me inch towards a life that allows me to, be better. I think the female singer still has a trauma, no joke. That's unfortunate. Mia was actually super talented, but I'm just like, the song was too high. And just like, it was written by Duncan Lawrence for Duncan Lawrence, but, I understand. Also, they didn't even like working together, I heard. Ugh. Does TORONNO have a soul? I mean, it's got a fillet of fish. But I like to think it does. Maybe I should just point to my feet and be like, these are TORONNO souls. It's a shame I don't have my duct tape shoes, because that was absolutely TORONNO's soul. Pilots, tree. Hello, Harjot. Good to see you. Mia is very talented. Mia was very talented. It's really disappointing. What makes Toronto Toronto? Toronto is a wonderful amalgamation of chaos and order. And what I mean by that is, it's a city that can never quite decide exactly what it wants to be, but it is a city that is always trying new things, and trying to evolve. I think that Toronto could be one of the best cities for tourism if we really leaned into our transit and into making the city even more walkable and really like focusing on the needs and abilities of pedestrians downtown and implementing transportation solutions for outside of downtown to make coming down easy without bringing the traffic with it. So, how do I know I'm not looking at a stream from New York now? Well, the Canadian flags give it away. The other thing is, like, I don't know how New York is for murals, but Toronto seems to be having more and more murals every day. Also, a lot of more of like old-fashioned, like more use of like once you're outside of the downtown core, it's a lot more neighborhoods. And like a lot of things that are smaller, but the more I walk the city, the more I'm kind of just discovering more and more areas in terms of like how this place is designed to go together. But nothing very elaborate. You're not wrong. I can see the difference, but I also know like one of the big things is literally just streetcars. We have streetcars. New York does not have streetcars, they just have subway. Arguably the better solution, but we still have streetcars. Toronto's culturally diverse. That's what makes Toronto what it is. A unique place to work, play, and have fun. I agree. Toronto is like, apparently this is the world's most multinational, multilingual city in the world. And I feel like if we lean into that identity, it becomes very, very exciting. But you also like, one of the things I find a lot of people from Toronto are doing is a lot of people from Toronto are afraid to say they're from Toronto, or they're like afraid of the Canadian accent. And just like, yeah, you can be proud of yourself. You can say a boot. You can have fun. Yeah, just be yourself. Authenticity leads to better things all around. So just, it's also easier. Do you know how much easier it is to just be yourself all the time? It's so much easier. Just do that. You know, CN Tower got me excited about skyscrapers as a teenager. I always had this on my list of the most see place. Oh my God, I would love to go to the CN Tower with you. Come next year. We're gonna go. We're gonna go. And then we'll go out for dinner somewhere nice. And then we'll go to the Village and we'll go dancing, presumably, I imagine. New York City has lots of older state buildings wherever you go. Density of the buildings are very high, lots of people as well. Walking around much more intense. True enough, yeah, walking is very... Walking in New York happens at a speed. Toronto's not quite that speed, but definitely up there. Toronto does not have the green to build New York-style subway network. Hey, we're trying. Do you realize that this year we're gonna open, well, I was about to be like, when the Eglinton line opens, I'm just like, oh, listen to me, dream big. But we're moving in the right direction. We're moving in the right direction. Once the Eglinton line's up and active, things will be better all around. Toronto is filled with mom and pop retail stores, not only inside the downtown, but outside the downtown as well. It's true. We're not entirely dominated by brands and corporations yet. We're on our way, but we're not there yet. Just need to sell my kidney first. Fair enough. My is no Peru? Which, I can't remember what flag that is, I'm sorry. Argentinian barbecue for my family who live in Canada. Oh, that sounds delicious. Ooh, I'd love to try Argentinian barbecue. You know who else would? Timmy. Timmy would also love to try Argentinian barbecue. This year the sun will come out tomorrow. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Just thinking about tomorrow. Okay, what do you think about the Edmonton line, or what did you... it's the Eglinton line. So the Eglinton line is an LRT line that's supposed to go across Eglinton Street and has been literally in construction since 2010. So it's been 15 years. It was supposed to open in 2020, and like, it still hasn't opened yet. And it's become absolutely a running joke in and around Canada. So, yeah. Okay, like Holmes. Do USA is afraid of Quebec because the French language scares them? Reason I don't know what the French are saying. Oh, tu ne comprends pas français? C'est dommage. Yeah. But yeah, I can understand how that would make Americans nervous. I absolutely think it should make Americans nervous. For America, though, I feel like it's more about Spanish. They're more afraid of Spanish right now. Would have been cool to have a metro line to Edmonton. You know what? I'm not going to argue with you there. That would be cool. I know there's Via Rail. And Via Rail is our national rail system, but it's very slow. It's very, I don't know, it's not great. They haven't done a good job on keeping it up with the times lately. They kind of operate like they think they're a plane. I'm just like, no, be a train. Just be a train. Again, identity crisis. We don't need to be other things. We can just be the thing that it is. You know? We don't need to turn the Via Rail into like this deluxe plane experience, because that makes everything worse. Just make it... My gimbal's falling apart. There we go. I'm going to take this off for a second. Boop. Sorry, folks. Do people fly a lot between cities in Canada? Depending how far it is, yes. Like when I went to Calgary and Edmonton this summer, I flew because like going there by train would take literally days. Although one day I might do that, especially if it makes a nice video. I can always document the travels, because that's one thing I want to do a lot more of in the new year, is actually like go on tour. And that starts next week because I'm going to Ottawa. Then after that, the week after that, I go to DC, and we're gonna be exploring a lot of different areas and a lot of different pieces too. So fake London has stroads. Fake London does have a lot of stroads. Hello, Henrik. I think you're new here, and if you are, welcome, welcome. It's good to have you. It takes your time as this day. Canada needs a London Underground style train system. To be fair, we kind of do. The metro lines that are being built are very comparable in a lot of ways. Music singer from England. Her name is Sydney Christmas Sings. That Tomorrow Song. All kinds of others. She's a really great artist. That's awesome. I would definitely have to check her out. Will you stream in Ottawa? I will. I have Joel there. I have my parents there. So we'll see if any of them actually want to join me on streams, or if it'll just be myself, or if we'll get some friends out. We don't know. I'm in Toronto every couple months, and I live in Nova Scotia. Yes, very true. Happy doggo. Happy doggos are the best doggos. By the way, this is the Art Gallery of Ontario in front of us from behind. So I don't know what they're doing with that back wall, but I hope it's going to be interesting and cool. I was looking at Ottawa's map this year. Checked out Gatineau as well. Looks like a weird place. To be fair, most of Ottawa is a weird place. But I like to point out this garden, or this little parkette, because A, you have OCAD right here, which me and Brooklyn walked by literally yesterday, which was kind of what inspired me to come up here. And then you have the beautiful Art Gallery of Ontario, this lovely headstone at the back. Then they have a giant Henry Moore sculpture over here. Excited to see Ottawa. I'm excited to share Ottawa. On the ground there is a labyrinth here. But yeah, that's one thing I'm kind of getting more excited about doing, is to be able to share all these other places, new places. I love Toronto. I love being here. I love what I get to do right now. But like going places, that's going to be even more exciting, because there's even more to do, and we can see even more things. But see, this is one of the sculptures that I'm just like, I don't think I can boop the snoot here. Ends up looking like something else. Man, Moore is such an interesting sculptor. His works are so, like, just the sheer volume of them. Although that kind of looks like a butt, let's be fair. But like, the organic forms, you can see where people have interacted with the sculpture. It's just neat. He's got a really good handle for the type of organic form and scale that he goes for. And also, yeah, no, this is a bad idea. Literally cannot sit on it because the ground underneath is too slippery. But he had the idea at least. Boop the Snoot should become a daily stream activity. Hey, anytime I see a sculpture that will allow me to boop the snoot, I will do snoot boopage. It just makes sense. You know what? We'll put that as a square on the bingo card. What's the vibe like downtown today? Any different than yesterday? It is a little quieter. I'm surprised like the shopping fervor hasn't kicked in. At least I didn't do it. Like I didn't go over to Eaton Center, so obviously that won't be as crazy then. But yeah, I boot my doggo's snoot daily. He loves it. Aw, what kind of dog do you have? So for those who are curious, we are heading into Chinatown, but like the intersectional Chinatown, because Chinatown comes out across Dundas. And so when we're here, we have the Art Gallery of Ontario on one side, and on the other side, this is all Chinatown. And then Chinatown goes over to Spadina, and then Spadina, it's roughly between slightly south of here, and then up to, I would say roughly College, but yeah. Great area, does not get enough love, but it's also one of the few places you can actually find like things that are moderately inexpensive, which is great. So it's actually my parents' dog, but I take care of him as well. Aw, it's Lassie, that's so cute. I see fewer Lassie collies than I used to, not as popular here as they once were. Well, they're really expensive now. That's kind of the thing, to get like a purebred dog of any kind. Good luck. That's why every dog I've ever had is a mutt. Anne of Green Gables. By the way, this is one of the Italian embassies. We had Great Danes. Oh, Great Danes are the cutest dogs. They're so lovable and floopy and so like nice, unless you're like breaking into a house. In which case, if you break into a house with with Great Danes, good luck. But Dan with a collie, gentle giants. They really are. But like, get on the wrong side of one. I see you were just outside the Italian consulate. I did. I just showed it off a little bit. We can go from the other angle too. There you go. I cannot espresso how much we enjoy him. I own the account. Of course you do. Just gonna point out these murals because I'm just like, they're actually quite lovely. Here's the thing, if Toronto just kept doing like nothing but murals forever, I would be so happy. I want more of this. More individual artists, more work, more interest. See, here's the thing. Dogs, like sculptures, absolutely 1,000,000% boop the snoot. Dogs in person, half and half. People, significantly fewer. How did Brooklyn like being on the stream? Did we scare him off? Not at all. He'll probably join us again sometime. Funny enough, Brooklyn is someone who I met maybe 2 summers ago, but has absolutely become like one of my closest friends. It's just nice when you meet the people who are just like, oh, we get along, we have similar interests, and when we hang out, we're hilarious. Just like winning combination. So he'll be back one day. Another lovely piece of art on the walls. I can't remember what the lions are called. But there was something that like years ago I didn't like, and now I can appreciate as being like, oh, they're actually like super cool and interesting. Is there anything on this side? There's something on this side. Let's see. Oh, this is a great wall painting. It's a pretty good wall, I'd say. Looks like a decent day outside. It's snowy, and it's like a little wet, but I got my boots on. I feel like today is one of the days where I'm just like, I nailed the dress. I nailed the dress code. So I'm just like long socks, which are actually, as I'm speaking, currently rolling down my leg, which I'm just like, gosh, dang it. But I still got the jeans on. The jeans are going to be a little wet when I get home. That's fine. But I'm wearing a long sleeve t-shirt and a hoodie and my winter jacket. And between those three, I'm just like, you know what? This is fine. This is fine. Is this area safe at night? I'll say this about Toronto. Most areas that have a lot of traffic on them, usually pretty safe. If there's a lot of traffic, no one's going to try anything. When you're in areas that are less so, no one will try anything in areas that there's a lot of traffic, especially pedestrian traffic. But if you end up in a place like Moss Park, where there's like less than that, you know, be a bit more careful. But also, I'm like a fairly burly white guy. You know, I have a huge mustache. People aren't usually going to try to mess with me. So I take that as no small blessing, that's for sure. Yeah, like we're coming up to Spadina. Spadina is a huge thoroughfare in the city. Like this, no one's trying anything in this area, that's for sure. Ooh. I do love this sculpture, the painting over here of the lionfish, because I'm just like, hey, does the lionfish have any like real Chinese significance? I couldn't tell you. But also it's well done, but also they're now kind of like a pest fish, is what I've read. But gotta point this guy out. That is an excellent piece that I very much enjoy. And even just coming back into this alleyway, hoping no one's gonna hit me. Matti's mustache is like it's you. They have like a mural tribute to Crash Team Racing, of all things. Like how random. Not unappreciated, but I'm just like, what? It's all like the racers from Crash Team Racing. To be fair, Crash Team Racing, excellent. A lot of fun, very silly. And if you look over, just to give you a sense of just how much it's snowing, quite a bit. Quite a bit. Oh, and just so everyone knows, while I have people on the chat, unfortunately Randy injured himself, and so tomorrow will not be able to be with us for the route. So I changed the time. But I'm going to be doing a walk earlier in the day, and then I am going to do, I'm going to go to the museum with my friend Manny, who has been on this before, but we're going to go to the ROM, and what we're going to do is we're going to go and explore a bunch of the exhibits I want to see. They have a shark exhibit that I'm very excited for, and I'll be sharing that little collection later. So we'll have the walk during the day at around, I think I said 2. And then after that, I'll head to the museum and put stuff together with Manny, and then we'll have that as a thing. I always found Toronto safe. No matter where I went, that was never an issue at all. Yeah, I'd agree with that. I hope he makes a full recovery. He will, and we'll be back with Randy in January. So Randy's feeling well. It's just that his foot. It's a lot of foot people. So it's Randy and Manny. Both have had foot issues in the past little while, but they're both doing fine. They're both doing great. Randy was just on chat with us, so he's okay. He is thriving, and we love him very much. But we are going to give them a chance to recover. Oh, here he goes. Randy says, I am fine. I just scalded my foot making some tea. It is currently in the nerves are knitting together and it itches phase. Fair. Mighty Mighty Bull 6913, welcome to the chat, first of all. Boom, boom, boom. The Mighty Bull has entered the room. Can't stop, won't stop until we reach the top. I mean, you're in the right place, my friend. Welcome to the chat. For a second there with the boom, 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 I honestly thought you were quoting Venga Boys. But I'm glad you stopped at 3. Just having bed rest, keeping the foot elevated, and watching the chat. Well, when you get back, that is when we shall do the walk up to Finch West, and we'll go and ride the subway or the streetcar and see where it goes from there. Oh, I love this piece. If I can get a good video of this. Venga Boys are Dutch pride. Are Venga Boys Dutch? Of course Venga Boys are Dutch. What was I thinking? Actually, you know what? While we're in Ottawa, I might get the chance to actually walk with my dad. And my dad is a living compendium of history. You can ask him anything, and he's normally dead on it. Like, the same way my TISM gels with, like, Eurovision and music and, like, fun random science facts, my dad is history. Every year, we would get him a World War II book for Christmas, and he memorized all of them. I'm not sure for sure, but, like, I support all live streamers with super chats, encouragement, likes, and shares. Join me and spread the love. Absolutely, buddy. I will make sure that we have a link for you. And if you post, I have a Discord here that you're welcome to join as well. If you post in there, we will absolutely get you into our recommended channels. Oh, this is a lot of chats really quickly. I'll have a great script for the French West LRT line. It will keep, I promise. I look forward to it, my friend. When I was studying in Sweden, they played Venga Boys on each student party. The crowd was going wild. They are still huge. They still perform at 90s parties all over Europe. Of course they do. They're the Venga Boys. They perform here, like, semi-annually. The other day, the other year, okay, there was a concert that I wanted to go see, and it was Aqua and the Venga Boys and Prozac. Prozac was like a Canadian band. That was the same thing. And I missed it, and I'm so upset. Are you going to stream for the holidays? I will. I might take Christmas Eve and Christmas Day off, or at least adjust it so I'm not doing a full stream those days. But to be fair, y'all are absolutely one of the highlights of my day, and I can't wait to share my holidays with you. So, in September, my partner went up to Woodbine Casino in Toronto to catch Aqua. It was a really good concert full of women dressed in pink and middle-aged gay men. I mean, that's kind of what I would picture as their audience. My first ever CD was from Venga Boys. 90s dance music is still around. Here's the thing. With the rise of Eurovision in Canada, like, European dance music is only going to get more infectious. It's like we're bringing it back to its roots, you know? We're really diving in and driving the conversation. Oh. I just heard them playing Sabrina Carpenter, and now I have her going through my head. Tate McRae is very big here in Europe. Interesting. Well, she's Canadian, first off. So kudos to our little Canadian queen doing great things over there. I didn't know she was a contestant on So You Think You Can Dance Junior or whatever. But I'm just like, wow, apparently she's doing very well for herself now. But yeah, Tate McRae is super interesting. Do I follow her directly myself? No. but have some of her songs crossed over into my life? I would say absolutely. Revolving Door was one of the ones I liked. I think Sports Car was the big one this year. Yeah, she's pretty good. She's pretty good. Did 90s dance music ever go away? I guess not. But I feel like in today's day and age, like, the thing that's happened most palpably that I'm able to see is that people are discovering music from all eras, all genres simultaneously now. Because it's not like, this is kind of what I was feeling with the whole TV thing before. The only TV show that's caught my attention recently have been The Orville, which was released like 5 years ago, and Star Trek The Next Generation, which has been like 30 years ago. And I'm gonna introduce Joel to Firefly after this. But I just like, it's all shows from years ago that have some element of nostalgia. Because what's being new and created these days isn't the best. So, you know, I don't know. I am open to being surprised at things in the future. But I'm not expecting it to go like cuckoo bananas right away. One of my friends brought Tate's vinyls just for the covers. Aw, fair enough. I feel like that's what I would do with the Carly Rae Jepsen Emotion album if I ever actually found it. I do still want that. Hello, Marcus. Hello, Israel. Welcome to the chat today. Marcus is a good friend of us here. All right, I'm gonna try plugging this back into the microphone, and we're gonna see if it does anything cuckoo bananas. Star Trek The Next Generation started in '87. Yeah, now that I mentioned that, I guess technically that's 40 years ago almost. As I evaporate into dust. The streams cost resources, likes, and subs keep them alive at no cost. That's very true. I appreciate you very much, Mighty Bull. Thanks for stopping by. If there's anything you'd like to see while we're downtown Toronto, let me know. It is very cold. I'm not going to lie about that. Best friend. When you're the best of friends, spending so much time together, you're not even aware. You're such a funny pair. You're the best of friends. That's the old, God, I hate that movie so much. Fox and the Hound scarred me for life. You know what? You know how often I swear? But I'm just like, in terms of Disney movies, fuck Fox and the Hound. That one's awful. Everything about that movie I hate. You're best friends within the first 20 seconds. That McDonald's has seen so many things. What's up, Singing Ready? How are you, bud? You know what, Hunter? We're having a good time today. We're being silly. We're walking through the city. We're getting to see many interesting things. And we're having a good time. Very few complaints. Very few complaints. Matti, were you born in Toronto? Well, Marcus, funny enough, I was born in Toronto, but I actually grew up in a small town called North Bay. So North Bay is about 4 hours north of here. If you follow Ken Continuum, ironically also from North Bay. So I say I'm from North Bay, because my time in Toronto doesn't really count. I was here until I was like 6, and then we moved up north. So I did junior kindergarten and first grade in Toronto. And then from Toronto, I was in North Bay from grade 2 until I graduated university, with like a brief stint in 2008 when I moved here in the summer to try to be an actor. And I failed, and I went back to North Bay. North Bay, go and look it up. It is a beautiful little town. Very green. In the winter, very white. But beautiful city. Cities being general. Beautiful little town. About 50,000 people. And North Bay has 2 carousels downtown that are like directly beside each other. But the people are really nice. I have a lot of friends who are still up there, who I haven't seen for like, let's be fair, decades. But I actually got to do the Fringe Festival last year, which was really nice. That was a good time. But yeah, highly recommend North Bay if you ever get the chance to go see it, because it is a beautiful place to stop at. But have you heard of the book called something like Everything I Need to Learn I Learned in Kindergarten? I have not. but that sounds like a book that a lot of people should read. By the way, I do love this mural. This is an iconic... Y'all know me at this point. You know I'm not really a quote-unquote sports person, but when Jose Bautista flung his bat, that was absolutely a history in the moment with Toronto, or Canada in general. So like, iconic moment. He hits the winning home run, and just flips his bat because he knows it. Oh. Besides horseflies, what happens in North Bay? That's about it, actually. Let's be fair. No, North Bay is, funny enough, a great place for young theater, because when I grew up there, that's kind of what got me into acting in the first place. But North Bay, obviously a big hunting and fishing community. Very big hunting and fishing community. Well, at least when I was there, still had significant racial tensions between the white people who lived there and the native communities. Now, of course, there's also a huge population of Indian people, which wasn't there when I was there, but it's nice to see at least. But apparently they're also having to deal with, good old-fashioned racisms, which, is normal, I guess. What are some of the best hidden gems in Canada? Ooh, hidden gems? I will say there was a small town outside of Ottawa called Merrickville. And Merrickville, very, very small town, but really beautiful downtown, lots of good shopping, and has a really interesting set of locks with some interesting trails around there. Name a famous actor from North Bay. Me, Hunter. Obviously, it's me. Now, the one everyone says is Michael J. Fox. Michael J. Fox briefly spent some time in North Bay. So, yeah, everyone is quick to jump on that one. Who else is from North Bay who is... I don't know, I think that's probably it. Coming up on the right is the Well. Never heard of Merrickville, have to look it up. To be fair, you don't really have to. It's not like crazy special or anything. Niagara Falls is beautiful. Niagara on the Lake is perhaps one of the best places in the city or in the country just to have. It's picturesque in a way that is almost unlike anything that Canada should be capable of. But who else is there or what else is there in Toronto that gets people's attention? Hidden gems in Canada. Hidden gems in Canada. I know lots of hidden gems in, like, Toronto. But I'm trying to think of, like, hidden gems in Canada. Like, obviously the Muskokas are amazing, but definitely not hidden gem worthy, that's for sure. Very, very popular. I like Port Hope. Port Hope, I hear, is beautiful. Price of Gap has dropped. Yes, it has. Probably. I don't know. I don't drive. As someone who doesn't drive, I'm always just like, what happened? I really want to visit Banff and the Rockies. I almost visited Banff when I was in Calgary, but I did get to see the Rockies from a distance, which was there. North Bay. Is Hullbird vacationing there? Then about fishing colleges, really beautiful place, great for families and shake floors. Shake floors. But yeah, North Bay is very much a great place. If you love hunting and fishing, North Bay is your place. You will love it. I think I'm going to start to make my way back, because I've literally just been walking around and talking. I've had no plan, obviously. I don't know, I was just kind of going out with the intention of doing like a short walk, and I'm just like, oh, it's an hour and a half. And I haven't even started making my way back yet. Like, yeah. All right then. I guess I just like your company, friends. Muskokas. Muskoka, Muskoka. Walks without plans are the best. You see new things all the time. That is true. And like, here's the thing. I will, as someone who has walked these streets many, many, many times, even within the past month or two, like, you're getting a lot of really great views. There's always something different and new. Or even just like the details that pop out after you've walked around it a couple times. One place you should go in Canada is Charlottetown, which is out of this beautiful place in the water. Yes! I'm sure Randy could attest to the beauty of Charlottetown. I will say that they have a Fringe Festival that I will need to remember to actually apply for this year. But we're working it out. We're working out things. Things are great. Things are fun. We're having fun. We're having a good time. Anna Lakshmi. Home of Anne of Green Gables. Despite the fact that her gables were not green. Would want to see Victoria too. I hear Victoria is beautiful as well. That is true. There's the Sky Dome. There are those terrifying figures that traumatized me as a child. My bot isn't a fan of all capital letters in the chat. When my going to medical school in Hamilton, she lived right beside the famous actor that did the Red Green Show. Oh, cool. She said it was hilarious. She met him in person next day, one day neighbor thing. That's really cool. That's such like a Canadian treasure that's just been completely forgotten, unfortunately. But like, Thayer came back. Oh, Randy went to the Elmont Montgomery elementary school. Wow. Maybe St. John. Well, I do know my family has ties to Lucy Maud Montgomery. She is either my great-great aunt or my great-great something removed. But yeah. I tell everyone the story, how in Anne of Green Gables, there's like a story about, like, there's the story about the mean family. And apparently my family was the mean family. I had a colleague from Montreal. She loved it there. Oh, Montreal's a beautiful place to go. I will absolutely try to be going to Montreal next year or so.
Can I say hi?
Yeah, sure, buddy.
That's awesome, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. Oh, you're filming.
How you doing? Yeah.
Good, brother. How you doing? Six
too.
dash.
Thanks, man. We appreciate it.
Rock and roll. Hope you have a good life.
You too. Happy holidays, my friend.
2.5 kids, all that stuff.
2.5 kids. Tobermory, Ontario is a very unique town that you must see. Nice nature trails, beautiful waterfront, nice scuba diver paradise after. Oh, cool. Hello. That's two people saying hello in like a flock. It's unusual. I'll tell you, stranger. Hey, it was fun. It's amazing. People react one of two ways, or actually, the biggest reaction is no reaction. But like otherwise, they try to hide, or they'll be like really excited by what you're doing, which I'm just like, that's sweet. I like that. It brings out the kid in some people, where they're just like, oh my god, a camera, and just like, yeah. Oh, I see boopable snoots. I see snoot bootage. Manitoulin Island over. Oh, Manitoulin Island is absolutely a hidden gem. It's hard to get to, but if you can, oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. North Bay is great for families, great for fishing, great for colleges, beautiful place in the summer. Oh, okay. That makes more sense. I do love this building. If you actually look at this building, it has this really unique like shape to it where it's very narrow at the bottom and then kind of stretches out over top. But just the illusion of it, just really cool. Do people know that the reverse peace sign is actually flipping off the British? It seems like ye olden day. I don't think most people know that. I feel like peace sign is just radically, like, is usually used as, like, shorthand at this time for a good time. But like, it is a nice way to accidentally flip people off while they think you're meaning well-intentioned. All right. Y'all know what's gonna happen now. I mean, it's gotta be this one, right? This one is absolutely the most boopable snoot. Boop. There we go. We can check it off the bingo. Do them all. Steven, then it's not special. There's only one good boy in the pack. Not everyone can be a good boy. My dad's cousin has a brother who moved to Canada a few years ago in a place with a river in it. But there are probably many cities with a river in it. Yeah, I can name Blind River, Grey River. Actually, I think Blind River might be the only one I know with absolute surety. There's Elliott Lake, which isn't a river, but it's the same thing. There's North Bay. Actually, a lot of them have to do with water. Well, Canada does have, I think Canada is number one for lakes in the world, but I think it actually has half of the lakes in all the world. So, that I would not be surprised at. French River, yes, that's a good one. I'll put on Discord the reverse peace sign reason for more information. Fair enough, we like that. Over to the eternal hope flame over here. I mean, everyone goes nuts over like Dundas Square, right? But like, look at the view around Roy Thompson Hall. Like, that's really cool. Certainly an area of Toronto that does not get a lot of love or attention, but could absolutely justify, like anywhere else in, like, put this in Europe, instant tourist attraction, like tourist attraction space. There's so much space here, with Roy Thompson Hall being right there, access to music. A lot of stuff could be done with this space. I'm always surprised that they don't do more with. This is my dad's favorite intersection. So when my dad was young, this space used to have 4 sections on it. The church is still the same. So it's still the same church that has been here the whole time. But it was, on the other side there was the Ministry of Transportation. On the other side there was the Ministry of Education. And on the other side there was a bar. So he would always be like, it was the corner that was salvation, damnation, education, transportation. He loves that. He thinks that's such a funny joke. I'm just like, I get that. Hello, Brad. Good to see you today. Here's the Royal Alexandria where they were currently playing Anne Juliet. Princess of Wales is just down the street where they will be playing Doused Fire. Parking lots. We were talking about Toronto and parking lots. I saw an old photo of St. Lawrence Market. It was surrounded by parking lots. Right? So much on the Esplanade didn't exist, so... Well, you folks, I mean, I knew where I was going when I walked over here, but I forgot about this part. Which one gets the boop? Tricky question. The most boopable one. You know what? I feel like everyone goes for the dog. Boop. Wait a minute. Gilly and Mark, 1 out of 10. Gilly and Mark is also the one up by Yorkville. How many, are there 10 of those statues around? And if so, can I go and boop the snoot of every single one of them in a day? Oh. Guys, I think I have an idea for tomorrow. No, who am I kidding? I'm immediately gonna forget unless Sam posts it in the Discord. But like, ooh, that would be a fun one. Let's find all of the bunny and dog date ones, and then go around and boop all of the snoots. Rhinos always seem to be so large and in charge. Yeah, they have that kind of air about them. I prefer my rhinos Canadian. Actually, I believe that's just called a moose. Here's the thing. I think of African wildlife, right? And I think of it being like the Serengeti, Tanzania, Kenya. But I'm just like, not every African animal must exist all over Africa. They must be more regionalized than that. But, you know? I guess the Serengeti is big enough that it would probably have like rhinos and hyenas and lions and everything in the wild, right? But at the same time, like, I couldn't tell you if like specific, like, is the zebra specific to a specific country or two in Africa? Or like, you know? I don't know. I don't know how their migrations work. I need to do a lot more research on African wildlife. Oh no. Is that going to be my next ADHD hyperfixation? Am I going to look up way too much information about African migration periods and what countries they're in and what day? Maybe. Or at least find out which African animals don't actually coexist in the same space at the same time. Because, like, they don't all exist in the same space at the same time, even though we might think that they do. Unless they do. But yeah, you're not going to find like a gorilla and a lion interacting. Because gorillas are in like Congo. And I'm pretty sure Africa, like lions aren't. African lion safari lied to me. That's the key here. Moose remind me of Canada. I mean, moose are beautiful. They're wonderful, lumbering, dumb creatures who are big and mean. Actually, to be fair, most Canadian animals are actually like super mean. We have the Canadian goose, we have the swan, we have the moose, even deers. Deers are assholes, man. They'll come up and kick you. Moose remind me of camels. I agree that. It's on Discord. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate you. You keep my brain sharp. Ugh. We're back at the temperature thing, and it's gone down a degree. It's now -6. Which is 22 degrees. My friend put it best. My friend was just like, in Fahrenheit, or in degrees, the number is the percentage of hot it is outside. So like -6 Celsius is 22 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's 22% hot outside. It's like, oh, that makes sense. What species are you? Am I? Like, in terms of Canadian animals? I thought this was obvious. I'm a raccoon. Because I'm mischievous, I'm adorable, and I love chaos and good food. So it just makes sense. You can't argue that one, by any means. The way I've always described my raccooniness is that I am mischievous and food motivated, mischievous, but cute enough to get away with just about anything. So I'm just like, I'll take it. But my eye bandits are like, they have fallen to below my nose, which is what the mustache is. But apparently, raccoons are also evolving to appear like they are slowly evolving more. There are hints that raccoons are moving towards domestication in like the next 100 years or so. And I'm just like, well, make it 100 days and I'll take 2. Would I want a pet raccoon? Oh my god, yes. But that would be a bad idea because they're also probably like huge assholes. Case in point, myself. Oh, the snow really picked up, eh? It kind of comes and goes. I'm not really noticing too much right now. But definitely cold. Cold. My mother owned a raccoon and also a monkey? Was she the IKEA monkey holder? Do we blame her? Is that weird? Some people tried to domesticate raccoons in Japan and it was a disaster. I know that Japan does have the raccoon cafe, which I feel is like the best of both worlds. Have a place where raccoons can come in and be cuddly during the day, and then like hang out outside during the night so they can tear things up. Like that's the issue with having a raccoon, is that they would go absolutely feral at a drop of a hat. I want a pet bear that won't kill me. I mean, I'm available. Also, welcome, Mark. I don't know if I've given you your formal welcome yet, but thank you for being here today on this beautiful snowy day in downtown Toronto. She claimed it died of a broken heart. My grandmother had more kids, and she said one time it got hammered at New Year's party, drank everyone's drink. The raccoon or the monkey? I mean, either way, hilarious, but also kind of sad, but also hilarious. Man, I don't know how people can be like... I know that there is such thing as being an exotic pet owner, but also like that is a lot of responsibility and a lot of attention and a lot of... You literally, it's like they can be worse than having a child because you have to make sure that they are maintained and cared for literally around the clock. So I'd be scared. I'd also be scared. Like that's a lot. Is your goose on the loose while being chased by the moose tied to news in a caboose? Why, yes. Yes, it is. I believe the juice is still... No, I think the juice is dead now. Actually, I don't know. What is O.J. Simpson up to? Also, let's not answer that question, because maybe it's not worth knowing. If anyone's seen the new Naked Gun movie, they have a moment where everyone's like crying in front of their dead, like in front of the parents who were the people who ran it before them. And it just comes to the one guy in front of O.J. Simpson's piece. He's just like, nope, Just like, oh, it's funny. I saw a news update on the IKEA monkey. It looks pretty nasty, no coat or cuteness anymore. Well, monkeys were never like... They shouldn't have to be cute. They should just be allowed to be creatures. Not everything needs to be cute and nice all the time. Look at me. Welcome to Old City Hall, right beside New City Hall. It is a beautiful day. It is a beautiful evening, actually. This was a good walk. I'm gonna go see the people skating. Boom. There. A child grows old and leaves a monkey. Grows old and grumpy. Sadly, when they get old, they get mean. Alright, I keep getting messages from this one stupid thing. And I need to turn it off because this is just not the time. Just like people. Fair enough. Most people do not know this. If there's one thing I've learned from the housewives of wherever, it's that everyone stays beautiful forever, and that there's nothing wrong with growing old and keeping your natural face. I am a dolphin, but the lab did. You know, the dolphins originated from a sea cow, which means I also like milk and all things dairy truth. Oh, I guess the Zamboni's just coming out. Ooh, not gonna lie, I just came in here for a second to get away from the snow. I am an old guy. You're as old as you feel. That's why I'm 25,000. I was trying to make that joke, because this wasn't working.
Good evening, Interpol Square. It was okay to re-enter the ice.
Oh, everyone's pouring back on the ice.
I love your mustache.
Thank you so much, my friend. I know a person who had a pet skunk. Yes, they had it at the center, but it scared a lot of the people who came to visit their home. That would scare a lot of people. One of the things I talk about in my show that's coming up this year, it's called Big Shiny Town, coming to a fringe festival near you. Asterisk, hopefully, maybe, we'll find out. Great to see everyone here. It's good to see you, Dale. Love City Hall, the ice skating. Oh, it's beautiful at this time of year. But the most exotic pet we had would have been we briefly had a guinea pig named Blackie. To be fair, not a great name for a guinea pig. I will be the first to admit that in retrospect, I was 6, I didn't know. But I will say, the great thing about it was that Blackie was nice, but my dad didn't like the way Blackie smelled. So one day he left Blackie outside. And yeah, it froze that night. And then we woke up and we didn't have a guinea pig anymore. So that's my favorite. That's I talk about that in my show a little bit. Pet skunk, a great way to scare off visitors. I mean, absolutely. Hard to get a more direct poke, poke, don't come in. Uh-oh. Yeah. There were hints that my father had autism a long time before we found out that my father had autism. I think that would be one of them. I just always remember the conversation. I was working at Blockbuster back in the day. Yes, that dates me. This is before the ADHD dialogue really took off in a major way. But I remember talking to my dad after working there for like a year or so, and I was being like, is it always this hard? Like, why do I feel like I'm dying? Because there's no, like, everything's hard and just, I don't understand what's wrong with me, why I can't do this job that's so easy, but I can't stay zoned, like, I can't focus in, I don't feel good, this doesn't feel right. And my dad just looked at me and he was just like, everyone feels that way. And I just remember thinking about that and just like, that can't be true. Because if everyone felt this way, people would do things to change it. And then I realized years later that, oh, no, my father is also super autistic and super ADHD and just never really realized it or diagnosed because he doesn't understand a lot of things. But yeah, that was an interesting revelation between my family where I was just like, oh, so it's not just me who has these things or is having this experience of having difficulty with work in general. Turns out it's actually a problem that we've always had and just never known about it. Actually, the more I find out about it, the more I'm just like, oh yeah, more and more of this identity resonates with me. I just like, oh, one day I'll actually get testing to find out exactly the things that I'm not the things that are wrong with me, but like what my brain chemistry and patterns actually are. And I'm super fascinated to do that. And I'm wondering to know how that can potentially help in the future. Please be kind, rewind. My friend sent me the other day the Roy and Larry, like the guinea pig and the bunny mascots from Blockbuster. Do you guys remember those? This is back before the no more late fees debacle. It was like, man, that's like, thank you for sharing with me. This is like super old school. But do they still meet VHS at all? I doubt it. I know that very few, like so many places now just aren't even making physical media, which I think might be why there's been such a spike in piracy lately. But like, yeah. I couldn't tell you the last movie I saw on VHS. I couldn't even tell you the last time I saw a VHS tape. Funny enough, I don't even think I can tell you the last time I've like seen a CD. Just happy the library has no late fees. I mean, the library is literally the best. You can get pretty much anything there. And it's just always great. You don't have to worry about like having to pay. Well, I mean, they would technically have late fees if you kept it too long, I think. Unless they don't, in which case even better. It's like I've heard of the new things that the library is doing to stay modern and relevant. And it's kind of amazing, and most people do not take advantage of all the things you can do at a library. Should I go to a library and ask a librarian just to talk to me and be like, hey, I want to do a video about everything you can do at the Toronto libraries? Because like you can go and record music, you can go and record like, do I just go to a library instead of going to grocery shopping? Maybe. Being autistic isn't a being wrong thing. Autistic people are right, but they're right. Not always other people's version of right. Oh, absolutely. I hope I'm never implying that like autism is wrong. There's nothing wrong with having a brain that thinks differently. I have a brain that thinks differently. And like I am finding the things that work for me and the things that I can keep momentum with and make positive changes on. So I hope in no way people think that I'm like talking down to something that I am. I hope that makes sense. Which places in Toronto have the best coffee or tea? My house. I will say my favorite coffee places in Toronto are Cafe Our Hours on Church Street, First Last Cafe up on DuPont, and Sliding Door on Bloor. Those are probably my favorites. Crappy Tire is expensive. Oh, sorry, a Canadian Tire downtown in Saskatchewan. They're always way out in the suburbs. Okay, there's another Canadian Tire just up at Yonge and Bloor. We could walk there. It'd be about a half hour, but we could walk there. I see that as an invitation. You have an open invitation here anytime. And Mexican taxis. Oh, Canadian Tire and Mexican taxis. I got you now. I get what you're saying. The green and orange remind me of Mexico. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Like the deck taxis then? Here's the thing. It's so weird. I see them all the time. Like, just looking around, I can see two solid taxis. Like there's a green and orange one up there and a red and yellow one up there, which is co-op. But it just like ask me to like notice a taxi driving, and I just don't anymore. I don't see them at all as a thing. My only thought there is just like, are there less taxis now? I don't know. Perhaps. I will point them out for you then. See, no, now I'm curious. Now I'm like genuinely gonna start looking for them, and be like, they must be around here somewhere. I will find them, and I will kill. No, I will just find them. Hey guys, can anyone tell me if I've hit 750 subscribers? Because I would really like to get a donut today. You know what? 725. Let me know if I've hit 725. If so, I might just cheat and get one then. Marcus is named after me. I thought you were Marcus. Let me know which term you prefer, and I will use that. 726 subs. 724. 722. Everyone's giving me different numbers. 715. You know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna get a donut anyways, because I deserve it. I deserve nice things sometimes. 726 subs here. Refresh the screen. I didn't realize that was so controversial. Oh, there's a taxi. We all refreshed at different times. You know what? 726. That'll fall to 725 after. I'll take it. That's good enough. Well, either way, for those who are here, thank you for joining us today. A bit of a sillier walk, but I find that sometimes those are needed. But I'm going to go into our favorite Rat King, and we are going to go into Farm Boy and grab a food of some kind, and then into Dollarama so I can get toilet paper. You know those mornings where you wake up and you're just like, there's something I needed to get this week, and you realize there's toilet paper because you go and get more toilet paper. And you don't. I call myself Marcus. I will call you Marcus too then, because I like you. So, of course, Shoppers Drug Mart, the most expensive place to buy anything. True enough. And if I wasn't forced to go to Dollarama, I probably wouldn't. But here we are. Here we are, my friends. This is just what happens. In Sweden, there was a research showing that Marcus was the most sexy name. I thought it was Matti, but that's okay. It sounded more Scandinavian. Ooh, how Scandinavious. That's like a very particular joke that I don't know if anyone who didn't watch Recess growing up would understand. But I still remember the start of the pandemic and there was no toilet paper on shelves. Right? Gosh, everyone went bonkers. But to be fair, give people a reason to go bonkers, and they'll go bonkers. If nothing else, I hope that this space is always a refuge for you. At this point, y'all kind of get a sense of when you're signing up for a walk with me. You'll usually get about 2 hours of this. 2 hours of chaos and love and joy. But lots of options, lots of fun, lots of silliness. And if nothing else, I hope that this can kind of be a refuge for people and a place that you can come, have some fun, and also be silly. And on that note, as you can see by the mustache, it is that time of night. This has been a fun stream. I'm just going to pull this one off specifically because it's just... No, it's just in there now. Well, that's time. That's the mustache. This is what it's doing. Thank you for joining us today. I have to go and do a few little errands now, but as always, wonderful to see you folks. Thank you for stopping by. And I can't wait to show you so much more. And tomorrow we'll be at 2 or 12. One of those two. I put them up. The link is in the advertisements. Sorry, the schedule is in the YouTube page and the Discord. If you want to join me, feel free. Come by anytime. I love company, and I hope that y'all have a wonderful day and stay warm. And I will see everybody tomorrow. All right, bye, friends.